Yeah, I think I'm I think I would want to see if Hunt fills in the Jerome Ford role and Ford takes over the Chubb role, so that Ford would be the RB1, gets most of the carries, and Hunt is kind of like the filler, the after the fact. Personally, I think Ford is going to be somebody who's on a championship team, but we'll see how much that Hunt signing actually cuts into his work. If it's going to be more of a 80-20, 50-50, 60-40 timeshare, we'll find out.
I definitely see Hunt as a we don't trust Pierre Strong signing as opposed to we don't trust Jerome Ford signing. Because if they didn't trust Ford, they would have just signed Hunt before the season. So the next player was going to be Alexander Madison.
I see his stock going down, especially with the signing of Akers today. I don't know how. I'm not super familiar with Akers' abilities to where if he's going to cut into it that much in terms of his early down production, or if he's going to take away like that third down role.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to stick with my 0 to 10 scale. I'm giving him a 4. I mean, I could see this just being a complete timeshare in Minnesota. Madison's still going to see some opportunities, but definitely, I think Cam will kind of, cut into
Alexander Madison. Sorry.
Yeah, I definitely think, I can't remember who I was telling this to, but before the season, I said I'm kind of out on Alexander Madison. I just thought, people try to take when Dalvin Cook was out, he was good and did this, put up good numbers and stuff. And just a guy that he never, this is his 5th, 6th year in the league now. He's never been the lead, and just players that kind of have that trajectory have never really been successful. Mm-hmm. And then the fact that basically, they don't have any team investment in him. So it's, they're going to look, if he was not doing what they wanted him to do, they could easily replace him. I mean, I don't think they're just going to completely replace him.
Yeah.
Though Minnesota definitely is a team that seems to just favor having one running back. When Madison was there with Cook, it's not like Madison would get 10 carries in games where Cook got the ball, right? They'd just give the ball to Cook. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of been like that, we've seen a little bit of Ty Chandler, but it's been kind of the same thing where you're getting predominantly Madison. And so to kind of just see if Minnesota is just kind of taking a flyer on Akers, or if they think that, he could be better than Madison.
Yeah, I think people thought or hoping that Madison would be turning into more of like a Pollard, because Pollard was always the secondary guy to Zeke, and then okay, well, Dallas got rid of Zeke and Pollard is now the guy, and Minnesota got rid of Cook and Madison's now the guy. Right. But they've taken 2 different trajectories, and I don't know if it has to do with the defenses they played and Madison just getting completely stuffed the first 2 weeks, if it's going to change, or if it's just going to continue that way.
Right. All right, my third one will be Kyren Williams.
I'm high on him. You've highlighted guys I have on all my teams, like somewhere. And he's another one I have in multiple spots that they have. I mean, you can see on the screen that Andy picked up Ronnie Rivers, who's the RB2 in Elliott, and for the Rams, and I'm like, who the fuck's that? Like, who's going to take over for him? I think he's going to be a 3-down back going forward.
My joke that I told somebody was asking me if I thought Kyren was for real, what to do, and I said, you just watch. In 2 weeks, Kyren's going to be a healthy scratch, and Ronnie Rivers is going to go out there and get 150 total yards.
Yeah. No, I'm in the same boat too. I'm just kicking myself from not taking him from you, Andrew. You've offered him to me in countless ways to just try and get him off your team, like in the past. And
well, he was kind of, I have never been negative on Kyron. I always thought he was all right, and
Yeah,
definitely his biggest skill set was catching the ball. But when I was trying to get rid of him, it was more of a roster crunch type of thing.
sure.
And it's all comes back to my hatred of Josh Jacobs, because stupid Josh Jacobs was holding out, which made me decide I had to hold on to Zamir White instead of Kyron Williams. So here's where we're at. Thanks, Josh Jacobs. So my last one I'll ask about, I was going to say Cam Akers, but we kind of already covered Cam Akers by talking about his other situations. The last one I was going to ask about was Jaylen Warren. What do you guys think about him?
Ooh.
Jesse?
Flash Najee Harris. You can talk about
I like Jaylen Warren a lot. And that's only because I just see that. I mean, Najee Harris just looks slow. He just, I don't see them continuing to give him opportunities because of the complete lack of production in terms of just being able to carry the ball. I think his longest rush this year is just
2 yards,
a couple yards. So, and I think Jaylen Warren does have that Pollard-esque, like we were talking about, kind of ability, and just get the ball in his hands, and he can make something a lot more of that play than Harris can. So I'm high on Warren.
Yeah, I agree. Warren has that spark. Gotta love watching my Steelers play, and Najee just is very frustrating to watch because we've talked about it before. He only gets the numbers he does because of the amount of carries he gets. He'll go 100 yards, but on 25, 30 carries, and his yards per carry is down. But you give it to Warren and his ability to break open those plays. So yeah, it just plays with more energy. I think it's high. I still think they're going to do 50-50 split or some sort of split there. I don't think it's ever going to sway towards Warren just because that's just how the Steelers are. But I think he has some high upside to make the most of the plays that he's in.
Yeah, I'd agree that the value-wise, basically the only thing that's really changed in my mind with the two games is just the perception of Najee as opposed to the perception of Warren. I've kind of always thought Warren had a little bit of upside and he's worth taking later, but the days of Najee as an RB1 on your fantasy team, I think, are long gone. Like his rookie year, like you said, he just thrived on volume. He got so much volume, both in the running game and the passing game, because Big Ben could only throw the ball like 9 yards in the air. So it was like all of his throws just became dump offs to Deontay and Najee. So, all right, that was a fun little rapid fire, quick thoughts on some guys whose values have changed in the past couple weeks. So now we'll kind of look at, some of these matchups I think aren't that interesting. Doyle should beat Dennis. Ben should beat. Dave just. I see this 0-3 start, and I just don't see much promise going forward here. So I know Dave's already.
Dave.
I think he's contemplating it, and it could happen. We'll see.
I think Matt.
Nick Stoll could beat Jesse, so that's 3 matchups where I think are kind of one-sided. So now we can look at Nick versus Matt here. So what do we think, you guys, with this one?
And I have some very underperforming. I don't know how I'm scoring over 100 points each week, but it's been happening, so I'm excited. But yeah, I think Matt definitely has better quarterbacks that just put up the points, and then his skill players, random ones go off.
Come on. QB1 of week 2. Daniel Jones. He was QB1. Highest scoring quarterback for week 2.
Danny Dimes, baby.
Danny Dimes.
Listen, I have Stroud playing, and he has thrown for over 300 yards more times than Justin Fields has, and he's only had two starts. So
I should have put Justin Fields in that list, but he might make next week's list. I think that's Justin Fields is like his days are numbered.
Yeah.
I just don't. The Bears, I think, are going to be bad, and I think they're going to look and just say we need a new quarterback, and who knows what's going to happen to him after this year. So I think it could be that could go south quick there. But yeah, I mean,
I think the key to my matchup is that Stroud Collins. If they can get like 2 more touchdowns again to each other.
yeah,
just
Nico
stack.
Collins definitely breaking out. I was really hoping it was going to be John Mechie there in Houston, but he hasn't really done much.
He has 1 catch.
Yeah. So, all right. So we'll pick Nick there.
Yes.
Then we got me versus Chris. This is probably a Chris win. His team is doing pretty solid. He's got the team that's been, obviously took over Tony's team. This has been a contender for years. And he's just building with. He's got his solid pieces. Juwan Johnson at tight end. But I feel like my team has been kind of. I don't know what to think of my team.
Your team is players that like will just randomly go off like, oh yeah, I can see why they
I have
did
a bunch
well.
of players. I have a bunch of players that nobody wants. They're just found a home on my team. Most significant thing that's changed for my team since last week, I have activated Sam Laporta for my practice squad.
Yeah, I saw that.
So we'll see how that goes. He's just getting volume, and Kyle Pitts is just running around like a decoy right now. So
honestly, I think that should have been your player to see the value. I think Pitts' value has dropped significantly because people thought with Bijan going there that it would open up the passing game and play action passing game, to a tight end, to with a quarterback that doesn't really throw. But Pitts is not.
Okay, here's a fun trivia question for the two of you. How many Atlanta Falcons wide receivers have receptions on the season?
Wide receivers?
Wide receivers. How many Falcons wide receivers have receptions?
I can't name any Falcons wide receivers besides London.
2, London and Hollins.
Jesse is correct. No other wide receiver on that team has a catch besides Drake London and Mac Hollins.
Nice.
Which is just insanity. Like, it's just through 2 games, all the catches have been like the running backs and like backup tight ends. And London had a pretty good game last week, so I feel like that's the problem with Atlanta. I have both London and Pitts, and I feel like there's going to be a week where London does nothing, and that's when Pitts gets something. Pitts wasn't bad week 1; he had like 60 yards or something, but they need to get into game where they're trailing, and we need to see what happens when that happens. So hopefully the Lions can open up on them this week and make them. Although against Green Bay they were down by 10 points, and they were still just running the ball. So. Then we'll go to matchup of the week here. Colin versus Andy. I think that's deserving of matchup of the week. So anybody think Andy's pulling the upset here? I could see Bijan going nuts against the Lions. So
I don't want him to out of selfish reasons, but
are there 2 more games next Monday?
Yes.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
I'm just looking at that. Yeah. I don't know.
Tampa, Philly, and I can't remember the other one.
Cincy, Rams.
Oh yeah, Cincy and the Rams. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Super Bowl rematch from
first
years ago.
Week 1 rematch from last year, wasn't it? No. Yeah. No. Yeah, I don't see it. I see Colin going to 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably the more likely scenario, but Fields needs some garbage time against Kansas City.
Yeah, I just feel like and all of Andy's team is just playing in the rain this week, apparently. Or I saw a couple of them. Yeah, like the Jets in New England, I see that as a low scoring game. I don't know if Breece Hall is going to do much in that.
Yeah. I think Breece Hall's best days are going to be in the backside of the season. As he comes back more from the knee injury and just keeps getting more and more touches. So that's the hope, at least. All right, so I guess that's kind of concludes the fantasy portion, the preview for this week. And now we're going to get to our favorite part of the show. trivia. All right. So we're going to play Create Your Best Fantasy Team. Our theme this week,
The fuck?
purple
Sorry.
teams. So I'll explain it. So they can be any player that was on a team that wears purple. NFL teams that wear purple, you got to figure it out. You can also pick a player that played at a college that wears purple, one of their NFL seasons. Do we have questions?
So you said somebody who has played in the NFL for a team that has worn purple, or their college team was purple.
Right. And the twist is you can only pick 2 players from any team.
Ugh.
So you can't just only pick players from, like, if there's only 2 NFL teams that have purple. So you have to
that's all I got.
Yeah.
You have to be able to pull some college knowledge. There are some very obvious players that played for purple teams in college. So that's all I'll say.
That's great.
Of course. Yeah.
Those college teams.
I'm going to flip a thing to see who goes first.
Okay.
Jesse.
Sweet. I don't have to name the year that I'm.
Yes, you have to pick the year for the season you want.
What?
Wait, seriously?
Yes, you have to pick the year for the season where they get points. You can't just be like a player and then you just you have to try to pick like their best season or like a good season that they had.
So I have to pick a player from a team that wears purple and or college wears purple. Then I have to tell you what year that I want their points from.
Yep.
Gee, this is gonna be a very, very bad game.
I'm trying to test that fantasy knowledge here. Let's see what we can do.
Well, I'm going to go with the most obvious one. I'm going to go with Randy Moss.
All right. You got to pick a year.
That's the tough part.
Yeah,
and so you're clearly using him as a Minnesota player, right? A Minnesota Viking, which means you have to pick a year he played on the Vikings. You cannot pick like when he played on the Patriots. You cannot pick that. So you have to pick a Vikings season.
Yeah, which is going to be difficult because I can't remember when he played for the Vikings. I'm going to go with
and it's half PPR scoring.
I don't know if he played for the Vikings this year, but I'm going to just blurt it out. And if I'm wrong, I am wrong. 2008.
Okay, so
could you at least if we tell you a player, could you just say, hey, they played for this team if you tell a player on a team, say, hey, this is the year he was active.
Randy Moss was active and played for the Vikings from 1998 to 2004. Jesse was way off.
That was way off. Yeah. All right. Well, then we'll go 2003.
So, question.
Yeah.
Can I pick the same player but a different year?
No. Once a guy is picked, he is picked.
Got it. All right.
So 2003, that's a pretty good snipe, Jesse.
Is it? Oh, sweet.
Yes.
See,
that is probably his best Vikings season.
See, we talked about Randy Moss last week because we were picking NFC North players.
Yeah.
This was off recording, and
neither of them picked Randy Moss.
Forgot he played for the Vikings.
Yeah, neither him or Dave picked Randy Moss. So I'll read Randy Moss's 2003 stats. 111 receptions, 1,632 yards, and 17 touchdowns for a total of 320.7.
Hell yeah.
Which is pretty dang good. Oh, hold on. I got to add.
Yeah, you got to add his rushing and his passing stats too.
So he also had 18 rushing yards and a touchdown. No, sorry. That was a first down, not a touchdown. So he had 18 rushing yards. Okay. All right, Nick, you're up. And it's Snake, so you get to pick 2 in a row now. So Jesse doesn't get the advantage. Yeah. Jesse doesn't get the super advantage.
All right. Well, then, yeah, it doesn't matter. So I only have two in my mind. So I'll do tight end. So question: how does this college thing?
So
Either way,
if they played for a college team that wears purple, you can pick any NFL season
year.
of any guy
Okay.
at any year.
Got it. So I'll start with LaDainian Tomlinson. He played at TCU, right?
Yep.
Got it.
Nick has probably the best pick you could have made
Nice.
if you picked the right year.
Just make sure you choose the right year, Nick.
So we're still in high school, I believe.
Andrew, do you get to give Nick the years that he was active?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Tomlinson was active 2001 to 2011, which probably doesn't help.
What years was he active for the Chargers?
That I can't tell you.
2006.
Oh, Nick. Oh, Nick.
Was he injured that year?
Was this an injury year?
That's a lot of yards. Okay. I think
That was his 28 touchdown season.
Holy!
So this is the year to get. This is probably the best you could do for anything. 56 catches, 508 receiving yards, and 3 more receiving touchdowns for 446.3.
You can just give the win to Nick right now.
Quite possibly the best season in the history of fantasy football.
The 28. Sweet.
31 total touchdowns between rushing and receiving.
Yeah.
And over 2,000 all-purpose yards. 2,300.
Was COVID the 2020 year that got? Did the NFL ever reduce games? 2020.
They never reduced games.
Okay. I'm gonna go tight end and go with Mark Andrews. 2021.
I think that's his best year, but I'm not sure.
I know he did pretty well last year, but I know he was off for a couple games, I believe.
Yeah, 2021 is definitely his best year.
Sweet. That's all I got. So this next one will be fun.
So he had 107 catches, 1361, and 9 touchdowns.
Super flex.
Yep. You can pick anybody you want there. All right, so now we're back to Jesse for 2 picks.
All right, we're gonna go with Lamar Jackson.
Nice.
Can you tell me the years that he was active for Baltimore?
Was active?
Is active.
Yeah, let me pull up his stats quick.
What is it? 2017?
2018 to present.
All right, we're gonna go. When was his MVP year? I'm gonna go. You said 2018 to present?
Yes.
I'm gonna go 2019.
That was the MVP year.
Yeah.
Nice.
You guys are kind of nailing this right now. I'm not gonna lie. You've hit basically 4 of probably the best things you could possibly get at all the positions. So
Good job, Jesse.
let's see here. 29.
Thank you, Nick. Good job to you too.
All right, so we have 3,127 yards passing.
Oh, whoops.
Plus 36 times.
You wanted to react, but you raised your hand. I got it. There you go.
6.
I'm just trying to think about colleges that have purple.
All I got is TCU right now.
Same. And people are going to listen to this and be like, well, it's ECU, East Carolina. I'm like, I don't know anybody who played at East Carolina.
Oh, hold on a second. I got one.
He just might have unlocked the hidden gem right there. So Lamar Jackson, 372.78.
Did I?
All right, Jesse, you get another pick.
Ooh, this one's a tough one. Very tough one. I'm going to go Dalvin Cook.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember the year I said off air that one time. We're going 2019.
Okay, Dalvin Cook 2019, not his best year. I think 2020 was his best year, but still pretty good.
Twist can only pick 2 players from any team. That's okay. Yeah.
Oopsies. 0.9. Is it 519? 269.9. Respectable, but yeah, 2020 was a little better. He had more touchdowns.
Not too
And
bad.
Probably 400 more rushing yards. Nick's now back around for his 2 picks.
I'm gonna go Adrian Peterson.
Yep.
Running back. If you could tell me the season's active, that'd be great because I've.
So Adrian Peterson
Jesus.
was on the Vikings from 07 to 2016.
Oh, it's interesting because I was thinking like 09, but I feel like he was been like anything in there he's gonna get.
Yep. Just don't pick the torn ACL year.
Yeah, I don't know what year that was. No, that had to be 12 or 13.
Yeah, don't pick the ACL year.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go. What was his active years? You say 07?
07 to 2016.
I'll go 09.
So there were 3 years that I thought would probably be pretty good, and 09 was one of them, but probably not the best year was definitely 2012.
That's the year I thought he had the torn ACL.
He had over 2,000 yards in 2012.
Yeah, I was trying to think what year did he tear his ACL?
14.
Oh, okay. Because I knew where I was working.
He had 18 touchdowns in 09.
Okay. So good.
Whoa.
311.4. Still a very good year. Yeah, the 3 years were probably 08, 09, and 12 were probably his 3 best years. But I mean, anywhere from 07 to 12 was pretty good, except for 11. 11, I think he got hurt for a little bit also. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
Cool. This is where it's gonna get fun. Do I want to waste another Viking right now and just close it out?
Oh yeah, Jesse's already picked 2 Vikings.
Yeah.
And I have a list next to me of notable players from purple schools. So
That's cool. I have a list in front of me that says Minnesota, Baltimore, TCU. Oh, I'm sorry, ECU now. I'll go Justin Jefferson from last year. Oh my goodness. Oh, I am so dumb. Okay. I just unlocked something in my brain.
all right, Justin Jefferson 2022. I mean, that's his best year, and it's just a really good year. So 128 catches, 1,809 yards, 8 touchdowns. Did he have any rushing? Well, that's not right.
What?
Yes, buddy.
Let me fix my math here.
You had 1809 in there. Okay. So okay. Bam. Got my next 3 players.
What if Jesse picks one?
He will.
I mean, I only have one player that I can think of right now.
All right. Let's see. Let's hear it.
I'm going to go Jordy Nelson. He played for Kansas State.
Great choice.
State.
Great choice, Jesse. I love it.
Thank you. Now
he was one that was he's on my list over here. Yeah, he went to Kansas State, who does wear purple.
Yes. I just got to freaking remember the year.
Wasn't that on your list? He was pretty high up on your list on that last week. Whatever year that was. Was that Andrew's list or was that your list, Jesse?
I think he was on mine.
Andrew's. That's an Andrew's list.
On Andrew's list.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 2014.
Wasn't your list 2011, Andrew?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the Super Bowl year, but I'm going to go 2014.
Yeah, 2014 is probably his best year.
Good job.
14 and 15 are pretty similar. So we've got 98 catches, 1,519 yards, 13 touchdowns.
Oh shoot!
Doing pretty sweet here.
That wasn't his 15 touchdown season.
15. He had 15 touchdowns in 2011.
Oh, okay.
2011, 2014, and 2015. Or sorry, 2016. He didn't play it all in 2015.
Oh, that's right.
Those were probably his, 3 best. All right. So Jesse, you got another one.
What if I don't have another one? I have no clue. I
can give you guys conferences that some of these purple teams maybe played at.
Come on, man. I know.
There's an SEC school that's purple.
I know. I got it. Don't.
And they have a lot of players.
They have an SEC team that's purple?
Yeah.
Is it maroon red?
Nope.
All right.
Kind of color?
No.
It's purple.
It's I have my next 2 players are from that school, and I have, but
how come I can't think of it? All right. Shoot.
you could always go back to your Baltimore.
I could go back to Baltimore. Let's go running back for Baltimore. Ray Rice.
All right, Ray Rice.
Yeah, he was okay for fantasy. Probably not the best choice.
Beat the competition.
All right, you got to give me the years he was active for Baltimore.
Pulling in. Ray Rice, 08 to 2013.
I think usually by year 3 he was probably really good. Let's go 2010.
I think 2011 is his best, but yeah, 2011 is his best, but 2010's not bad. 2010.
Yeah, Jesse. So when I picked Justin Jefferson, it unlocked in my brain.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, I forgot to even specify, Nick. Did you want to use Justin Jefferson as a Viking?
Right.
Or
yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh my God, LSU. So then, yeah.
And so what's the other LSU team? Or the other SEC team?
LSU.
It's LSU. They're the one.
Yeah, that's what Andrew's talking about.
Oh, I thought you said there were multiple.
I said there's one SEC team.
So I am going to go with OBJ as my wide receiver.
What year?
What year? When did he come into the league? I feel like he had a good rookie year. What?
I'm pulling it up.
2013, 2014?
I'm pulling up. I want to say it's 2015 was his rookie year, but why is this not working? Search there. Odell Beckham Jr. I had a bunch of guys pulled up on my phone that I thought you'd pick, but so
OBJ was one of them.
2014 to 2018.
I broke out. I'll go 2015.
Yeah, I think that's his best year. I mean, the funny thing is his rookie year is almost as good as his second year, and he only played 12 games his rookie year.
That's what I was afraid of. I didn't think he played the whole season.
Yeah. So he had 96 catches, 1,450 yards. And did he have any rushing? 3 yards. 271.3. Not as good as Jordy Nelson.
But he's on par. I just got to keep even with him.
Yeah.
Which I can't.
Because of this. Because of
that.
this.
Well,
And this.
Yeah.
These are the two right here.
Well, and his QB is going to kill me. I'll go with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Joey Burrow.
What year did he? What was his rookie year? 2020. He's been in the league 3 years, right?
Yes.
He got injured his rookie season, so the second season, so 2021.
So Joe Burrow, 2021.
I don't think he. I think that I don't know about last year. I don't know.
34 touchdowns.
So if I do Justin Jefferson as LSU, I could technically do another Viking.
You did not specify it when you picked him.
I didn't specify it was a Viking. I just specified the year.
It defaults to the NFL team.
Yeah. Especially when I said, "Oh, let me close out my Vikings."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, but not amazing.
Okie dokie.
All right. Jesse, finish off your two.
I don't think I can unless I hit like a lifeline or something.
Yeah, you can do. Don't you have? Oh, you have Lamar. Oh, you have 2 Ravens already. Okay.
I got 2 Ravens, got 2 Vikings. I don't know any other. I don't know players who.
I can tell you a college I just thought of, but I don't know of any players from them. But University of Washington.
University of Washington.
They're also purple.
Yeah, the only notable names I have from them are quarterbacks and a running back. So.
Okay.
Yeah, the only tight end I have anywhere on here was somebody that I guess I can tell Jesse. He played on the Packers like in the 70s. He went to Kansas State.
I wouldn't know him.
Yeah. I'll make an exception for tight end because it's kind of a dumpster fire.
Whatever. No, give me some purple colleges that had a good QB in the NFL.
They're old, but Washington has a couple. Other than that, not really.
Oh,
TCU has one, but he's not very good.
yeah. Yeah. I'm going to choose Max Duggan.
That's not the one I'm talking about.
I don't know. Looks like I'm forfeiting this because I can't tell you.
So you don't have to pick a quarterback in Superflex.
Yeah, you can pick anybody.
There is probably one of the top people that should have been picked very early still available. It is not a quarterback.
College or NFL?
College.
I mean, I have one left.
Clearly, nobody watched my
I'm
first
trying-
round running backs quiz.
Leonard Fournette.
So that
Yeah,
you can use Leonard Fournette. You can use Leonard Fournette. He's a running back from LSU. So
Yeah, running back. Sure,
What
why
year?
not?
Yeah.
Leonard Fournette. All right.
Yeah, whatever. I know that's a horrible pick, but I can't think of anything else for a super flex. What year? Let's go with
Pulling up his stuff right now. He was from 17 to 2022.
let's go 21 for the Bucks.
Yeah, Leonard Fournette really is not good.
No, he's not. He's not. Thank you for reminding me.
He's just not that good. So you said what year?
I said 2021, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got
First round running backs. That's what I'm trying to think of.
221.1. We'll Jesse, pick any tight end because I want this Nick have to at least score
Any
something.
tight end?
Not
Any
any
tight
tight
end.
end. Not any tight end. But any tight end that fits the quiz, even if you've already used a team.
Oh, so it's got to be either
a Raven or a Viking.
Shoot. TJ Hawkinson
Okay. TJ Hawkinson last year.
last year.
Half the year.
This year. No.
No, he can use the whole season.
Oh, okay.
So
I see. Who the Vikings? Kyle Rudolph.
Kyle Rudolph.
yeah, that was the one I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, the key was trying to use Justin Jefferson as an LSU player, not a.
Yeah. I see that now.
Oops. Yeah, that's what I want there.
Oh.
Why'd it go so small?
Here, just when you paste, you can do value from it.
I can't remember who you picked. Oh yeah, TJ Hawkinson.
TJ Hushmanzada.
All right, Nick, you got a super flex. You need 60 points. Don't mess it up.
Oh.
You can pick anybody. Well, I mean, you can't pick anybody, but
yeah. Jamar Chase.
Have you used 2 LSU players? You have.
Oh, if you said any team, I think you meant like any NFL team.
No.
So
you've used your 2 Vikings, 2 Ravens.
How did I use 2 LSU?
OBJ and Joe
OBJ.
Burrow.
Okay. That's right.
Oh wait, you haven't used 2 Ravens, so technically you could use another Raven.
Oh, then Joe Flacco. You tell me his active years because I.
Oh, you're picking Joe Flacco.
I'm
just
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about Ravens. I think
Go.
he should give me 60 points. It's somewhere. Yeah.
Go Flacco from 08 to 2018 for the Ravens.
08 to 2018. Good gosh. I'm probably gonna pick a year. He's just gonna bomb. So, do I go conservative? Pick somebody else. Let's go. Let's go 2012. Because I don't know, he could have been.
It's funny. You're like, I hope I don't get a tank year for. He really did not have any years where he was like. He basically just had the same stats for the entire time he was in the NFL.
Yeah, I just didn't know when he actually became a starter and actually started playing.
He started his rookie year.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Was he from Delaware?
Yeah. All right. I cannot believe you guys. You had the secret. Nick said the secret. East Carolina. Chris Johnson went to East Carolina. CJ2K went to East Carolina. That was the cheat code for this quiz.
I literally said, "Hey, there's East Carolina. I know no players who have ever played at East Carolina."
He was on my.
So that should have been a giveaway.
He was on my list video. Or that, yeah, because we went all the way back and he was drafted in the first round out of East Carolina. So Nick wins this round. All right, here's some notable names that I had written down as potential. So yeah, like you said, Washington, there really wasn't anything. I wrote down Warren Moon.
Okay.
But nobody knows that. I didn't even know that until I read it. Really, other than him, Mark Brunell, Corey Dillon. The TCU quarterback I said was Andy Dalton.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas State also had Tyler Lockett. Darren Sproles with the Kansas State. My LSU list was Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, Leonard Fournette, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, Joseph Adai, Dwayne Bowe.
Nice.
East Carolina, I said, was CJ2K. And my personal favorite that I would have picked from Mount Union, Pierre Garcon.
I played against him in college.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep. Pierre Garcon went to D3 Mount Union, which the only thing I know about them is that 100% they wear purple.
For sure. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. I went to D3 Ohio Northern. Played against him. He scored 4 touchdowns against us.
Yikes.
That was the year after we broke their 160 some game win streak.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations to Nick on this inaugural edition of Fantasy Showdown.
Nice job, Nick.
I like you guys played along. You guys did very well. You pegged to some of the best seasons that you could have gotten from these players. Nick win basically because he sniped LT's 2007.
LT,
basically the best season in the history of fantasy.
2006.
Almost. Oh yeah, 2006 when he scored 31 touchdowns. It's basically a cheat code. So Jesse did pretty well, but not well enough. Just ran out of options.
Not today.
Yep, just like my dynasty team.
So
running out of options.
All right, everybody. That wraps up this 7th episode of the Dynasty Football podcast / trivia. It's 7.
6?
It's still 7.
I thought this was the 6th episode.
You might be confused because last episode I said was the 5th, but it was actually the 6th because I just didn't care and didn't even look before I started recording. I'm in a better mood this week, so hopefully we keep on this trajectory and I keep being positive. So good luck to everybody in their matchups, unless you're playing me, as usual. And any final thoughts from you guys?
No, I'm playing you, and in another league though.
Okay.
So.
I just hope that all my first round draft picks for next year, all those guys lose. So
Nick, any best bet of the week?
I'm gonna do that right after this. So
Okay. So you and I might have to hop on a betting show later this week, and although I'm too busy, I can't. This is the only night I can do anything. So
yeah.
all right, signing off. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Peace.